Hey, welcome back everyone. I am Lover's Lens.
And I'm Morik. Today we're exploring a world of chocolate-dusted romance.
We're talking about Sweet Valentine Chocolatier, the pastel-sprinkled Otome delight that's taken over our hearts. And we're joined by Very Fat Cat, the game's director, artist, writer, and emotional glue of the team, and the co-writer of the game, Elle. Welcome. Let's start off by sharing your story.
Hey, my name is Very Fat Cat, and I'm the director, co-writer, and sprite artist for Sweet Valentine Chocolatier. I did sprites for a couple of games with Flowers for Joy, which I think you guys also interviewed. And I finally took my step into making my own games with my horror Otome, Bound by Fate, and the sweet Otome, Sweet Valentine Chocolatier. And Elle and I kind of bonded over Luke Avon, right? Who's the voice actor for both of our games, actually. They have their own game. And I'm super excited that they were willing to co-write for Sweet Valentine Chocolatier. So I'll let Elle introduce themselves.
Thank you, Kat. So, hi guys, I am Elle, also known as Eldritch Knight. I have been a game dev for the past 3 years, though usually I've been working with mobile visual novels. And I've come to know a lot of people in the community, like Kat and Florism, who I worked together with on A Wish of Snow, which is also featured here. And I've also dipped my toes into the indie dev scene this year with He's Dating the DM, who, as Kat mentioned, has Luke Avon as one of the stars. He's also going to provide a voice of one of our characters in Sweet Valentine Chocolatier, so watch out for that.
That's so nice to actually have such a strong community with people who are supporting each other and working together in different projects. It happens a lot lately to see the faces behind different projects that we already talked about in previous episodes. So it feels like you have very tight and nice community over there of developers of Otome games.
I feel like it's something specific to Otome games, by the way, because the sphere itself is so niche, it's also very close with all the people working in it. Because as you mentioned, it's not the first time I've kind of noticed with the people in the community working with each other from famous games.
For sure, there's
Totally.
like a little spider web effect that's happening. It's pretty cool to know. It's like, hey, it's you, that artist from that game.
Yeah, it's definitely something like that. Even a few weeks ago, I think someone we contacted already knew us from other podcasts we've done, and that moment was when we went, "Oh wow, people have heard of us."
Yeah! One by one, we're gonna meet you all. One by one, we're gonna talk with you all, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Sweet Valentine Chocolatier kicks off with spring in the air and romance knocking at the door of your chocolate shop. Can you give our listeners a spoiler-free summary of the game itself?
Sure, I can give my version, and then if Elle has her version, their version, they could do it. So Sweet Valentine Chocolatier is a cute game where you play as a chocolatier running your own shop, and you get to go on a date with the love interest of your choice. Woo!
Okay, so my version is you play as someone who, instead of getting allergies from the springtime, you instead get lovesick. No, I'm joking. Yeah, you get to pick one of 4 love interests to spend the spring Valentine festival with, and it's actually really interesting how Kat came up with that lore of having a Valentine festival in spring. So yes,
Town just so likes the celebration so much they have it twice.
Oh yeah, romance all the time, every day.
Every day. And can you tell us more about the backstory of the main character herself?
Yeah, I wonder if Elle has any theories about the MC, because Elle actually runs their own writing business. Since the MC is customizable, you can kind of imagine whatever backstory you'd like for them. So for me, the MC grew up in a small town with their friends, developed a passion for chocolate making, and decided to set up their own business with some help from Jordan and Michael, their handsome rival, who gives them unsolicited advice.
thanks to the nature of the character customization and MC having an option in the future to like choose whether they're more femme presenting or masc presenting. What this is one of the games where it's like you could use an OC or you can play as yourself to talk with and romantic characters, but the main thing that defines this MC would be their love of chocolate. In my head, they watched that uh, Netflix chocolate making show by Chef Amari, the guy who makes a lot of chocolate sculptures. Yeah, every time I like imagine the mini game, that's what plays in my head, and I feel like they were like, "That's so cool," while watching with Jade and Jordan, and then boom, somehow MC's small time business flourishes with a lot of luck, hard work, and patience, and a dash of vanilla.
In my head, they're a fan of Willy and the Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
This is my
Yes,
favorite movie, man. I just
I-
love this story so much.
When playing the game, I made the name of the chocolate shop legally distinct Willy's.
Oh my god.
Love that.
Oh my god.
Actually, you might see that in the gameplay that comes with the video.
Oh my god.
So, I have two comments on the main character's personality. So, first of all, the first comment is on the customization. I enjoyed the fact that there is one. I really love the fact that I can have my hair purple because purple is my favorite color, and I used to dye my hair purple a lot, and I felt represented. And the second thing I wanted to say is that I really like strong women with their own businesses doing whatever they love. So our main character feels like a very very determined person who really likes chocolate. So yeah, basically I loved it very much. And mentioning the chocolate, like running a chocolate shop during a festival season is kind of a unique backdrop for a romance game. So what drew you to that setting, and how does it shape the relationships in the game?
So I was actually looking at Blossom Jam, and I had done the Yandere Jam, which is where I kind of Elle and I met. And I was looking at Blossom Jam, and I wanted to do some kind of shopkeeper theme, but I didn't want to do a flower shop since I had done sprites for Tattoos and Tulips, Flowers for Joy made. So I was like, what other shop can we do? And I was like, oh, chocolate shop, right? But we found out from one of our server members and the CG designer for the game, Charlie, that actually making chocolate is very hard. Elle originally wrote out a lot, like they wrote out the whole outline for the game, basically, especially Jordan's route. And then they wanted to have like a chocolate shaving game, but it was a little bit too difficult for us to implement. So I think the MC being their own boss also helps me personally when I'm writing steer away from writing about my complaints about corpo life. I'm a very new writer compared to like Elle and the rest of the team. So I tend to do the classic thing where you're just complaining about your job in the game. So I think writing with that setting in mind helps us like kind of observe the love interest struggles and sympathize with them while taking a step back and not having to like worry about it. I mean, as your own business owner, you have your own struggles, but it wouldn't be the same as like, being at the mercy of the like corpo overlords,
Yeah, it's definitely its own set of struggles. But I didn't know that chocolate was that hard to make, actually, now that you bring it up.
Yeah, they so Elle had a really amazing chocolate shaving game in mind, but we were like going back and forth on like how we should implement it right. So I feel so bad because like the way that they wrote it, instead of for Jordan folding like a chocolate box for him, you were like shaving out a like spaceship. But it was like, oh, how can we implement this? I think with the time constraints on the jam, we just weren't able to implement it. So
Yes, the biggest problem with the game jam to our creativity is always the time
the
limit.
time.
And also, if you're one of those random game jams where you're just a team of random people that you just met, that's its own set of problems.
It could take time to get along. That's the thing. About the chocolate, I just want to say I find it very funny, but tomorrow I am leaving for... I'm going to be traveling to the Netherlands to visit the bachelorette party I'm invited to, and they planned a workshop for making chocolate bonbons.
Let's go!
How to say it? We're going to make intimate parts out of chocolate. Basically.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I'm kind of excited, and I'm gonna see how hard it is to make chocolate actually.
Yeah.
Firsthand.
Let us know how it goes. #
Yeah.
DLC ideas.
Okay, like this steamy hot DLC ideas,
Oh my
okay?
god, for real.
Yeah.
Listen,
Just find it
games.
very funny coincidence in general.
Well,
Life
I guess you'll be
imitates
finding
art.
out.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to talk about the relationships in the game. Currently, we have Jordan and Jade in the demo. They're both friends of the MC from her childhood, and they have a very cute dynamic with each other. I want to start with Jordan. He's this very shy sweetheart with some strong opinions on capitalism, which, considering what you just said about corporate, I think that probably came from you. So what can inspire his character, and how did you and Elle approach writing for him?
I definitely kind of edited Elle's thing, so I'm sorry, Elle, if they saw anything and they were like, "What the hell? I did not write this," but I'll give this one to Elle.
Okay.
Sure. So when Kat approached me and the other members of the team, she already had like a great scaffolding, and she invited us to collaborate and enhance the NPC dynamics, personalities, which I really appreciate. So it felt more like an organic collaboration with this. The strong opinions in capitalism, I think, was like just a one-off line that I made him say because I, as a new business owner and someone who had to do visual novels at the mercy of corpo, I also have the same sentiments, and I think Kat, when she was editing, went off on that, and that was very brilliant and just true to his character. For Jordan, Kat marketed him to me as, by the way, this guy is probably going to be voiced by Luke Avon, our fave, and also he has purple hair. And I'm like, okay, sure, I'd love to try my hand at writing for him. And the main inspirations, other than his VA, so we had a very clear voice in mind for him, was my partner, Alsho, who I also work with on He's Dating the DM. They're my co-creator there, and they've also been in a lot of other games. And you'll meet them soon if you guys are going the whole round and meeting the community. And yeah, they were like a main personality inspo. And also, looks-wise, I sent pictures of BTS Jimin specifically with purple hair. The design.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Elle was influential. She was they were instrumental in just like,
So yeah, Jordan's three main inspirations are my partner Alsho, BTS Jimin, but mostly looks wise, and Luke Evans' voice. We between the two BFFs, it was nice to have a more like sweet, soft male love interest and more of a strong-willed female love interest.
He is a very good contrast, actually, now that you put it like that.
He also has purple hair, as I mentioned. I really like purple hair, even though he has bangs. Yeah.
The bangs phobia.
Yeah, I think we can move on to Jade. So Jade is our very bubbly and a bit bitchy in a nice way BFF. So their scenes with the main characters, the scenes feel warm and complex and emotionally grounded. So how did you manage to write that softness while keeping it fun and flirty at the same time?
I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the Jade rep. At first I was like, oh, this will be a breeze. And then I realized that since I've not personally been in a relationship with that with a woman, I was very nervous. So I definitely took inspiration from a couple of very good friends in real life. I tried to imagine I was on a date with them, like a mixture of their personalities.
Actually, I got the Jordan route, but she is, from what I encountered with her in the meaning, she did seem very flirty and very nice, and she was very cool to be around. I didn't know how to even get the route with her at first. Lover showed me.
Yeah, it actually happened accidentally to me because I was trying to do something else, but I ended up with Jade, and I was like, okay, that's good. That's good as well. I'm just gonna go with the flow. So I really liked her personality, and I feel like we basically have a choice in her route. So it's either to flirt with her and ask her on a date, or keep her as a friend by supporting her in a very hard moment in her life. Why did you decide to have two different good endings for her? And are you planning to have a BFF route for every character and love interest in the game?
Man, I would really love to have a BFF route for all the characters. We definitely intended that with Jordan, and Elle definitely gave me all the pieces. I just probably didn't put it together super properly due to the time limit. I'm reflecting on it. But yeah, I think if you go to the festival with Jordan and you don't make his order, like you could still go with him, but he'll just like troll you at the end.
For real. Like, I like how when Kat was showing me the plot and game scaffolding, like there was a whole like nice different endings, and even if you're not into Jordan or not into Jade romantically, they're still your best friends since childhood. And well, I'm not gonna spoil the trolling that he did. Thanks, Kat. But yeah, it's nice that platonic love, like it's different from romantic love, but it's not anything less. So that's something that I hope shines through with all the different roots.
Yeah, I really like. It's very hard for me to not spoil it, but I guess I went with the friend ending. So there was something very shocking that happened in the last scene. And and I really loved her reaction and the way both of us talked about it, like very supportingly towards what happened. So yeah, I know that you know what I'm talking about, so I really enjoyed that.
Trying to keep away from the spoiler territory.
Yes, yes. Have the option to be a friend with everyone if you're not feeling like going on a romance road specifically. So yeah,
I guess that between MC and B for different of interest, there already is like a base relationship of respect and friendship, even if it's like defined as a rival or as like a co-worker situation. So it feels very organic to shift.
It's
Yeah,
very real. The game is very real.
Yes,
with the communication between the characters, it feels like real life. This is how, like, it feels true, you know.
Right. A fun fact: there's something that happens in the first few scenes, the common route, where MC and Jade, I think, they interact. God dang it, no spoilers, but they interact, and it actually reminded me of my old interactions with my partner show. So I go, okay, interesting.
And as you said, platonic relationships are also very important, just friendships in general. It's uh, someone had put it much better than I can in words. No, basically, you need multiple kinds of relationships in your life for basically uh, how should I say it? To be fulfilled, maybe? Because yes, someone you might want a close relationship with someone on an intimate level, but also you need plenty of people to just hang around with, be friends, be there to support each other.
Honestly, if I had to be living only with my boyfriend, I would probably just unalive myself. Like, thanks God to my friends. I love them. I love him as well. I love him very much, obviously. But sometimes you need a friend to talk to and to talk about your relationship, like your love life, and to be angry about it or to share something. So yeah, platonic relationships are very, very, very important, and I'm very happy that I see them in the games happening as well, because it's just like in real life. It's not only roses, chocolate, and romance. You need a good friend behind your back as well to support you.
Even in a game about chocolate.
Yes. So we got plenty of options in your game. We've got plenty of friends that support us as a main character.
And speaking about options, we only get a glimpse of Vanilla for now, but she already seems to have a fan base. There's something very magnetic about her energy. Chihuahua energy, I think it was described in the game itself.
Yeah.
Can you tease a bit about what's coming in her route?
Absolutely. Everyone is so sweet, and I'm really glad that they liked Vanilla. I was a little bit worried that people might think she was annoying, because she has that kind of competition aspect with Jordan. So if you like Jordan and you're like, oh no, there's that always the kind of like the rival or like kind of the despicable character in like shoujo manga that's like trying to get his attention. But we tried to make her very likable. And all the credit to that goes to Elle. Elle did most of the alleyway writing and kind of laid out the template. Really can't credit Elle enough for making Vanilla so like lovable and adorable.
Oh, thanks, Kat. I think like your base idea of vanilla was just very easy to help develop. It's cool and also really funny because when it comes to that kind of girl character who's trying to steal the main male love interest, I almost always try to go for that character, and it's nice that yeah, like that she's an option here, and I think you set her up very cutely, and it was nice to be able to explore her character and friendship with MC a little bit in the Jordan route. Just a little fun fact, but the first draft of that scene was a bit more serious, really coming off like one of my personal experiences where a friend and I had a misunderstanding. And I'm gonna be vague about it, so no spoilers, but I really love how Kat edited that scene to make it flow a bit more. And even though there's still tension, of course, realistically, because, you can't have a messy love triangle, whatever, love. How many people here have whatever love square or whatever is going on? You can't have it with a little mess, just like chocolate, but it can turn out to be pretty sweet at the end.
I also was very surprised by, as you said earlier, she does have a bit of a rivalry with Michael. And then when I go to the fairgrounds with Jordan,
I know.
yeah, to my surprise.
Yes. Kat very graciously let me pitch certain NPC dynamics behind the scenes. Like they already had things like, Jade and Micah had a bit of interaction, and of course Vanilla and Jordan. But I was like, hey, what if this character and this character had this dynamic? So, it was nice to like see that pan out and add more to the like building of the game.
I really enjoyed her character, especially the way she's very aggressive towards Michael. Uh, in some way, I recognize myself in her in that kind of situations because I have a pretty nice friend group, and whenever someone new tries to join our group, I'm like, I'm watching you. Like, are you making a wrong step? I'm gonna kill you. I'm smiling, but I'm watching you very, very close. Don't hurt my kids. They're my kids. They're my children, my family. Nah, not yours yet.
Aw.
But then at some point, if the
Her
person
vibes.
is nice, I just get along with them. And they become
Aw.
my family as well. And talking about Michael, he's the final character we're gonna talk about this segment. In this segment, I really liked him. He's the flirt, the sass master, the wild card, and I was quite sad that I couldn't flirt with him currently. And I'm waiting for an update so I can try out his route. Please, please, I love him. So I have to ask, what can we expect from his storyline in the summer update?
Yeah, Michael's route is also kind of a mystery to me. I have an outline in mind, but we also gave Kitten Stealth, the super amazing writer and director of the Yandere game, Feared by Heart, free reign to write whatever she wants for Michael's route. So we're very excited for wherever they take it, and we know it'll be sassy and spicy. Like, they already shared some very, very spicy segments with us for their own games. So I'm like, oh, if they could write the spice for us too, yes.
Yes, I am excited about that. I'll be waiting for this route to come out.
So we're to expect something spicy, you say?
I can't guarantee spicy. Maybe that will come with the chocolate DLC where we have the chocolate shaped you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's just a work in progress.
I'm so down.
Oh, that was started as just an offhand thing. Okay, I think now we need to talk about the mini games. There's four of them in the spring update, I believe, and they're quite a cool addition. How did you put those together, and
Yeah,
how did you decide on them?
the mini games are kind of us practicing Renpy, to be honest, or Renpie. I'll show Elle's partner was such a huge help in putting the mini games together. I was hoping that they could use like an in-game money system. Of course, no real money, but like it was like you're supposed to play the chocolate game, make some money, and then go and play the mini games. But I think it became all too complex for like this type of story. So
Oh, I was wondering because it said while playing the game, the pop-up that the money will be a feature in the full game.
yeah.
Is it still planned to be?
Oh, I would really like to edit it because the whole thing was like you could use that in-game money that you earned via the minigame to purchase additional outfits, and that was going to be kind of like Vanilla's story. Like she's into fashion design, and you were supposed to be able to like purchase outfits, or like if you romance her, maybe cough cough. This is like a spoiler. Maybe maybe you want to omit this part, but you were supposed to be able to like unlock some outfits. But then I realized I was like, oh, but once you romance everyone, especially if Vanilla's the last person you're romancing, kind of defeats the purpose of additional outfits. So kind of like a system design, game design issue that I should probably consider going into like the next game. It's like, oh, okay, maybe you don't need to build out features that won't be needed.
I mean, people just like outfits and dressing up, so there's also
Yeah,
that.
you can always just add that because people are going to like it.
That's
Like,
true.
who doesn't
Yeah.
want to customize their character and add an additional piece of clothing? It's a win.
That's true.
Yeah. Kat, I'm sure Vutes would love helping to design for
Oh my
our new
gosh.
doll maker.
Yes.
But yeah, I think we can find a way to make it work. Like, I just wanted to say also, I love your visions in terms of the coding, programming, and game design. Bound by Fate was so good with all of the conditions that were kept and reflected changes of what the characters did, what the main character did during the game. And here, it's like, I love how the branches panned out, and I feel like we can't do the outfits thing. Feel free to admit this if it's like spoiler territory, but didn't we have plans for like a token if you completed each love interest's route?
Yeah, that was another thing. It was like, so if you complete the love interest route with Jordan or you complete it with Jade, then you get like a little like accessory that you could attach to your body, right? But I think, so maybe we could still make that happen. But I was like, this is too ambitious, maybe. Yeah.
Nothing is too ambitious. Nothing is too ambitious. You can do it.
Yeah.
You
No,
can
let's
do
make it
everything you
work.
want. Yeah.
Let's add stats. I'm joking.
Oh my God.
No. So, listening to you guys, it feels like your project is overflowing with love from the whole team you gathered. Can you tell us more about your collaborators and their magic?
So there's Elle, who you know, and I'll let Elle introduce themselves, and I'll show their partner, who did a lot of the programming. And then there's Stealth, who we mentioned, who has their own game, Speared by Heart, and that is enjoying some amazing popularity. They just reached 69 reviews, so they were like, nice,
Nice.
And there's Caustic Fish, who did the UI. She has a ton more amazing designs for Sweet Valentine that we just haven't had time to deploy yet. Cough, cough, that's my fault. I'm sorry. She's worked on
You're
some
doing
really
great.
impressive games like Boy Band Hell and Twisted Carnival, and she also did the UI for Bound by Fate, which is my game. Next, there's Rai from Suzechi's, or I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name, but I'm a huge fan of them, and I'm gonna make
Same.
my own. Like my own twin killer game based on them because it's like a game dev duo. They did all the amazing and adorable backgrounds, mostly Rai. And their work on Ravenous Hand was really, really popular from the most recent Yandere Jam. I'm a huge Sudachi's fan. Next, there's Beans, Pixeled Bean, who is the absolutely insanely fast and talented Speedmaster artist. They did all the designs for the player character and the incredibly adorable chibi monkeys and additional art. Their work is amazing and versatile, and they are working on their own horror romance yandere game. I'm really looking forward to it. I kind of joked that I like kidnapped everyone from the Yanjam server. I'm sorry, Yanjam server.
Seems you might have actually done it.
I know, yeah, like no, it was a joke at first, but then it's like, oh no, I really did kidnap most of them. Finally, there's Charlie. Oh, sorry, go ahead. The amazing CG designer. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was the diversity hire because I didn't participate in Yandere Jam yet, But it's nice to meet everyone, and I am also a fan of that genre.
Yes. I can't wait for a yandere game from L. I'm sorry, I have one more. So finally, there's Charlie, the amazing CG designer, promo artist, and moral support. I have zero taste when it comes to the cinematic and my composition, so my CGs are pretty terrible. Charlie has been a huge help in imagining some of the scenes and preparing them for drawing. They are also an incredibly talented artist and working on a couple of games here and there, including Man of My Dreams, which was another Yandere Jam entry, which is an amazing game as well. Okay, sorry, L. Please introduce yourself and I'll show.
Yeah, but I think you introduced the crew very nicely. Another fun fact is that when I was checking through everyone's intros and all that, I noticed that like a lot of us had some Filipino descent. Like I'm Filipino, Christy Alsho is Phil Av. I think Caustic Fish is also Filipino with like they have Filipino blood in them. So I'm just like, oh okay, they're like some of us here, interesting. So yeah, you already know me from my introduction earlier, and Alsho is my partner in crime for the game. He's dating the DM, but we were also best friends since high school, and it's nice to be in projects with someone who I've known for a long time.
So you're basically getting to work on something with an old childhood friend.
Yeah, they're also pretty amazing. They've worked on games like It Lives Within, some Yandere games, I believe. Also, Shitty Girl Jam. It was that Shitty Girl visual novel. They just do a lot of like programming, but they also do like art and writing. Highly talented. I recommend their itch.io.
Well, sounds like you've assembled pretty much a star team for this game. As I said, can't wait to see the full project once it's out, to see what you guys have done. But there's also something I think you mentioned on the page that you have planned partial voice acting for the summer update. Can you tell us more about that? And have you started finding VAs yet?
Yeah, so we actually did not do a casting call this time. I'm a huge Skylar Holt fangirl, so she actually reached out to me on Twitter, and she was, or sorry, on X, and she was like, "When
call
you
it
guys
Twitter."
Yes,
call it what it is?" I'm just kidding.
Red
Yeah,
David.
oh no, I feel bad. Okay, I'm sorry. It's X. But yeah, she reached out and she was like, "When are you guys gonna have a girl in your stories?" And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah," because the previous two works that I had worked with Flowers for Joy on were all like boys love with one girl, but so I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta put her in." So I'm super duper honored and flattered that she agreed to play Jade. And Elle and I both knew that we wanted Luke Avon, right? So I'm really hoping that he'll still be available to voice. He did say yes tentatively, but
So there's a chance.
I know, right?
Chance.
I know. I'm like crossing my fingers. Elle has his email, so they're gonna like reach out to him and be like, "Hey."
Oh yeah, we're close.
Hey, bro. Yeah, they're really close. So cute.
Can you voice act this character for us? Maybe, probably.
I'm willing to pay, Luke. Please come.
This is like the second, third time that I'm asking or something I'm working on.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the TTRPG, right?
So it's upon a dream which I can talk about later. But
Yay.
yeah, fun fact, I also auditioned for Vanilla.
Yes. So we have Hikaru Kanzaki. He was asking about an open role, and he was most famous for Delicious Date, but he has an amazing range for like deeper voices and everything in between. So we're like, okay, we'll have him for Michael, and then he brought on Estelle's son. But Elle also auditioned, so Estelle is gonna play Vanilla, but Elle is actually a really surprisingly amazing actor. I was like, this is actually really good. But I think the voice range I was looking for was something that was like a little bit higher. I was thinking of like, like, hey, I'm Vanilla, like.
Yeah,
So
Chihuahua
you were
type.
you were like, I don't want to make her annoying, and then
I'm
you're
sorry.
searching for a high pitched
Oh no, I know, right?
voice. Come on.
Maybe it should be Elle. Elle has a really likable voice, so.
Well, I guess you're very, very talented in different spheres. Voice acting is not easy, and working with voice actors is always very fun. So I hope this process goes very smooth for you guys, and I hope that you have a lot of fun during that. And I think that it's going to be very, very nice. It's going to be amazing when you start hearing your characters coming to life.
We think so too.
I'm so
Nice.
excited. Let me in the booth, Kat. Let me in the booth.
Oh, So, on to the community. The fan reactions have been incredible from what I've seen in the comments. There's a mix of heartfelt letters and people begging for Vanilla's root. So, what's that been like for you?
I'm so grateful for the positive reactions from the players. I think most of the love letters are actually from the internal team.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm seriously so grateful that they were willing to come along with me on this cheesy and kooky ride. We launched in a really bad state in order to meet Women's Game Fest, so I had ratings locked and I wasn't promoting the game at that point. As a result, I think we missed out on a lot of potential ratings and interaction during that crucial new period on itch. But I was scared that the ratings would be less than stellar based on the state that the demo was in.
Yeah, there's always that concern when you know the game is not finished, but you also are due to a deadline and have to get it out for something big event. And yeah, perfectly understandable.
I regret it now that I was like, oh man, now that I've learned my lesson, when you launch your game on itch, you should definitely launch in a game state that you're really proud of, because for the first 30 days, your game is going to be on the new page, right? And it's going to be not promoted, but anyone who clicks on the sort by new is going to be able to see your game. So it was like, oh darn, next time, next game,
That's how we found you, actually. So it works. It works very good.
It does work.
Yeah. So, talking about development, I want to ask you, are there any moments that made you cry or laugh, or maybe both? Any fun story you can share with us from the development part?
I gotta say it's probably the next question that you guys are gonna ask. But I want to ask I know. I want to ask Elle. I think I definitely made Elle cry, JK, just by being we were reaching the deadline, and I was like, Elle, could you finish the writing? And then they were like, oh yeah, got you. And I was rushing them, and then I was the one who couldn't finish shift because I was like, it's all me. Elle was amazing. I was just like, oh shit, I'm sorry, Elle. Did anything make you cry or laugh?
Well, so the game itself made me laugh a lot. So I keep going back to the scaffolding because I believe that it's really important to have a basic outline or concept of what you want to achieve and to share that with the team. So it was just we just really had a stable baseline for the game, and to see it and actually play it for myself was really funny. Thank you for all your amazing edits and for writing the common route, and I am so excited to read more of your writing. In terms of moments that almost made me cry, I think I did mention the original version of MC talking to Vanilla in the alleyway was based off a misunderstanding I had with my friend. So it got a bit let's dipped a little bit, but I am so happy with how it panned out and how MC and Vanilla's friendship turned out in that route.
I'm so sorry, Elle. I totally butchered it. I know, no. Elle had originally written the Vanilla Alley's scene to be very dramatic and sad, and it was based on an interaction they had, and I, being the absolute butcher I am, was like, let's just make it happy. Fuck conflict. I can't deal with conflict. I'm too much of a pussy. I'm just let's just, everyone's all friends.
No, you did it great. It wasn't like a magic. Vanilla is suddenly so happier with Jordan. I think it was a very needed thing to not detract from the main route, but it's still something that needed to be addressed. Honestly, I feel like one draw of Jordan's route is finding out how is this gonna be resolved? We like a little spice. You can't tease a love triangle without some. You can't make a cake without breaking a few eggs. So I think that it was just the right amount of sadness, but also laughter, and it ended with Vanilla's great, quote unquote. So it's all good.
So, in a related note, from things that might have made you cry during development, what's the so-called Jordan gets eaten into space bug that's been mentioned?
God, I swear, it was fine when I was testing. It was absolute. Renpei was lying to me because I was like, I had been testing. I think when you have Renpei open for a long time and you don't close it, it can kind of bug out. Like the input fields, it won't let you input anymore. You have to close the program and reopen. So I just been testing the whole time. I swear to God, he was just standing there normally. And then when I uploaded the build, I had to upload at a specific deadline for personal reasons. My family was coming to visit me, and then the first thing I noticed was like Suda Cheese, my huge fan. Like I'm a huge fan of them, right? Sorry, I keep saying that, but it's true. They left a comment and they were like, "Oh yeah, I just noticed that Jordan got like sent into the stratosphere," and I was like, "What? What? Wait, what?" And then like, your game, they're so sweet. I don't know why they're so nice, right? I try to be nice to them too, but like they were like, "Oh yeah, like loved your game," and then like they posted the video, right? And I looked at the video. And he did get sent to space, and I was like, ah! But I didn't have time to fix it. So I'm pretty sure that like a lot of people downloaded the version where he gets yeeted into space. I'm so sorry, Al. I sent your boy. He's an astronaut now.
Yeah. He likes war
It's a new
stuff,
profession.
and oh, for real, he should career switch. Fun fact, like when Kat said that it was fixed, Alsho and I decided to play Jordan Street, to double check that everything was fine. And in comparison to the Your Game stream where he yeeted during the fireworks, it was fine. It was like, okay, we fixed that. But then there was a part, and I don't think this is too much of a spoiler because Otome games usually feature confessions, but in the confession part, Jordan yeeted. So Christy and I took so many screenshots to try to capture the moment where his sprite just goes up into the stratosphere. And then, okay, spoilers for anyone listening. When it got to the kiss part, the sprite came back. So Christy was like, he fainted and came back for the kiss. he resurrected.
So he literally went over the moon.
The problem. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
The glory of game engines.
Oh my
I
God.
love it.
The problem was like I put his like Y post at 0.0. I don't know why that didn't seem like an odd number to me, but like like when I was testing, I told you it was fine, right? And then like so I sent him to space not once but twice. And I'm sorry, El, he's your baby boy, but
He's in the stars tonight.
At least now it's a funny story we can talk about, and he's not traveling to space anymore.
Not anymore.
I guess we're moving to the one of my favorite parts of the interviews. Usually, it's the exclusive content part of the podcast. Now I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna look together at what she sent us, and we're gonna comment on that together, if you're okay with that, of course. So you sent us quite a lot of stuff, which I'm very thankful, because we're gonna be talking about them. So as far as I can see here, we have the concepts of the hairstyles, right?
And some of the outfits as well, from what I can see.
They're so fast too. They did this in the period of it felt like 30 minutes. It might have been an hour, but they're just like they did one, and there was like they said it's like 15 at once. I was like, how?
Did you say 30 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, it was insane. They are really productive. Like they, yeah.
Lightning
That's
McQueen could
crazy.
shout it. Like, it also makes me happy to see more diverse hairstyles in media. They killed it.
Yes.
I really like this hairstyle, by the way. This one with the buns. I love it.
We gotta put it in the game. I feel so bad because like they did so much amazing concepts, but we just didn't have time to like actually implement it in the sprites. But we will.
Oh, so they will be coming.
Probably not all of them for Otome Jam, but like definitely at least 5 more from here, and then
Please, this one. Please.
Yeah.
And maybe this one as well. Like, it's cute. It's very cute. So next one. What is this?
Who's the monkey?
This is the monkey is your player characters. Since the player character is customizable, it was like, it would be pretty much impossible to like have the player character in some of these like scenes, right? But if you just have the chibi of like the love interest by themselves, it's a little bit lonely. So Beans had the great idea to like implement this like super duper cute monkey, and these are the little CGs that are gonna go in on the date segment, and we're gonna add in like a food scene. Well, there is one for Jonan's shot, so
That's quite the cool solution, actually.
Yeah.
it's a thing I've never considered until another developer brought it up a few podcasts ago, how when you have a customizable character and CG happens where they have to be featured, it's very hard.
You're like a hand or something.
Yes. How do you even... And there's some madmen out there that decide to make a version of the CG for every customizable option.
God.
Yeah, there are those kind of people. They do it, but they don't have like a lot of customizable options. So I guess it's a little bit
they
easier.
have to keep it limited.
For example, maybe it's just one hairstyle with different colors or something like that. I really like the way Lost in Limbo did it, by the way. I don't know if you remember, Morik, but they didn't had any main character in the CGs. Instead of that, they had CGs with the love interest from the POV of the main character. Like it felt,
that
it
was
still
extremely
felt
clever.
very, it felt very intimate, even though the main character was not in the picture. So,
it's interesting how everyone finds their own solution, actually.
Yeah. So next one, we've got the monkey again. Ah.
That's the
Let's
hoodie. That's the hoodie
go.
that he was supposed to be wearing in the...
That's the hoodie. Exactly.
Very cute. Oh, this is very cute. I love it. This is such a great idea with the monkey.
Right.
It's all
Next.
beads.
Oh, there's more.
Yes, enjoy.
This is my boy Michael
So
here.
Ooh.
That's very cute. Oh, I love the chibi versions.
Yes.
So nice. And what's going on here? What's
It's
this?
the hoodie again.
Yeah, these are the date outfits also by Beans. Everything that's amazing artistic wise is all Beans.
Good job, Beans.
Woo!
Amazing style. I really like it.
The credit for the cat ear hoodie idea goes to Elle though. Elle was like, cat ear hoodie, and I was like, that sounds interesting. But then when Beans drew it, it was like, oh shit, that's actually really cute, yeah.
Very, very cute. And he looks amazing in it, by the way.
Oh my god, Beans.
Very, very cute.
It's
Amazing.
So
So
but I'm fond of cats, and cat has cat in the name, so I'm like, why not kitty?
It only made sense.
So cute.
yeah. So next one.
Oh, this is our
What's up?
spicy. I'm sorry.
Oh, the
You could
spicy
definitely
app.
omit it if you want to,
I
but yeah,
didn't
this
see this. Oh my god, I haven't seen it. At me in the Discord, cause
oh
let's
my
go.
god, yeah. Beans went through and like just drew their version of the MC with all the love interests, and it was so spicy, and I was like, damn. So it's not technically like official art, quote unquote, just because like I think it's a little bit spicy and like don't want to spoil too much, or you know, if you have a different version of the MC in your head. But did want to share this because it's just so good and so cute and so sexy, and Beans is so talented. I was like, oh my god, Beans.
I like how all of them show personality. Like in Jordan's case, it's the MC being the assertive one and him not knowing what to do.
He's so red, man. It's so good.
Oh, this is amazing art. I'm so sad that maybe you should consider, I don't know, not the
fixed
monkey.
Protagonist. Yeah.
Not the monkey. The monkey will look bad in this situation.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not gonna do the monkey.
No. Not safe for monkeys.
Yeah. But I really like it though. I really like it. It's my boy Michael. He's amazing. Spicy. Oh, is this concepts?
Oh my god, yeah. So this is as I said, Charlie is the one that is helping with these. But they are so fun and creative. They couldn't help but mess around. So they reimagined the alleyway scene, but Michael's here. So it kind of tells like a
Is
little
that
story.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
I didn't
Vanilla
see
is throwing him in the trash?
Yeah. Yeah, he probably said something that she didn't like.
I love that girl. She's amazing.
Oh my god. We're gonna have like the CGs.
I
Like,
love them
I'm
so
gonna draw the
much.
CG. Yeah.
I love this.
Well,
I
let's
love
be an
this.
official
I want
CG.
Oh my gosh.
I
It's
really want to
amazing.
see that in the final form.
It would be
Our
entertaining.
Vanilla X Michael agenda.
These are all, yeah, Charlie is our CG designer and they're doing an awesome job. I'm super excited because I cannot come up with these ideas. I did CG for like a couple of other games and they came out kind of bad. So I'm sorry.
Don't worry. It's okay.
Everyone has their field of expertise.
This is the super duper ugly alpha
nostalgia.
version of all the characters. This is like
Very early.
My art process, I'm not very good at traditional art. I'm not very good at art, maybe in general, but like I'll start with kind of a traditional sketch because it's just so fast, and then I'll just kind of edit it on digital, and you can see the results are very, very ugly. And this is the image that I was using to like pitch to everyone, and like everyone was so sweet. They're just like, okay, you can do it. We know you can do it, right? But I think I pitched this to one of the voice actors, and then they were like, oh no.
The horrors.
No, but the end result is okay, I think so.
Yeah, it is. Definitely. It's more than okay. By the way, this is the moment that I want to share how much I like the heart-shaped buttons on their
that was Beans
clothes.
too. They implemented it in the monkey, and it was like,
Beans is getting a lot of credits today.
yeah, I'm telling you.
So, is this from the alpha as well?
Yeah. So additional sketches from the alpha. Just I think that they're not super duper great, but if you want to look at them and be like, you know what, if someone could do game art and then do this, right, and then their digital art looks much better, then anyone who wants to make a game can make a game, no matter what kind of art they do. So
That's true. That's definitely true. And
Your sketches are great.
oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, you can kind of see almost Jordan's finished, right?
great.
Almost.
yeah. Well, they
Pose is
actually,
the same, so
yeah, they look alike a lot. Like it's just you can see the process behind it. It's
Once
very
again, the
nice.
credit for the hair goes to L for Jimin BTS.
What's written here?
My beloved bias.
Well, I was doing some studies of the things that says like collar is pretty low. I kept trying to put the collar super duper high, right? So I was like trying to adjust, but man, I need to get better at art.
But you're doing great, honestly.
I can't even draw Stickman correctly, so
Crazy. And we've got more vanilla here.
Yeah. So this is my art process. This is just to show you that I'm not totally crazy with the with the traditional sketches. Basically, it goes from like a really ugly thing, and then I take a really long time refining. Then it's much faster to like do like the lines and the final like that. So it's like even if you feel like your art is not super great, as long as you keep trying and don't give up, it'll be there.
So inspiring. Thank you for sharing all of this. I think that was it. That's quite
Yep,
a
I
lot
think
of
that's
stuff.
the last one.
So, thank you for everything that you sent to us. Very interesting to see the process.
And speaking about the process, looking ahead, what can players expect in the next major update? What are the most exciting new features you can think of?
Yeah, I think as Al kind of mentioned, we do have like a mask player character coming up, right? And then Michael and Vanilla as actual romanceable interests. First, oh sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes. That's a very big thing that I'm looking forward to.
Let's go. Representation.
Yes,
You can now play the MC Willy Wonka.
Oh my god! Oh, we gotta include Willy Wonka hair.
Just
Yes.
the hat as well. It has to be
Oh my god,
included.
with a hat.
And while we're at it, just make all the clothes purple.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I think the three of us would love that.
So I personally hope that like the players will have a like warm, relaxing, chill, hopeful, cheesy, casual, feel good kind of experience at the end. That's why I like toned down Vanilla's portion. I'm sorry, Elle. I was like, yes, we must just make it just feel good the whole way. So I guess the emotional touch is like bland, maybe, but hopefully it's enjoyable for some people.
A lot of people are big fans of just chill experiences, and I'm being one of them.
As I said, I'm waiting for Michael. That's my drill. I'm waiting for him. Such a nice guy.
Yes.
So, before we wrap up this conversation, I wanna ask you guys, what can players expect in terms of emotional experience? How do you want your players to feel after they finish your game?
So for me personally, I hope that they get a warm, relaxing, and like cheesy, feel-good feeling. Probably not coming away with anything like too like, I don't know, motivating or too like, crazy, but just kind of like a, oh, that was nice kind of feeling.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And cheesy is great, especially in a game about chocolate.
It should be sweet, not cheesy.
Chocolate.
Cheese and
No,
chocolate
no.
don't go well together.
No, you've never tried them together. You don't know that.
Okay. What about you, Elle? What do you think? How do you want the players to feel after finishing the game?
Yeah, I also similarly to Kat want them to have a chill feeling that can help them like escape the world that isn't as different as our own, but have the specific experience of something that's emotionally like eating a piece of chocolate, just having something sweet, and maybe sometimes it can be a bit bitter or a little bit salty depending on your taste, but overall, eating chocolate, if you're not allergic to it, is a great experience. So, similar to that, I want people to chill and just have fun with the game.
And what anything you'd like to say to our listeners?
I want to say thank you so much for supporting and enjoying. Your comments and interaction really make our days and keep us motivated to keep making games. I'm always down to check out cool stuff, so if you message me with your game, I'll definitely play it and give it some love. And I also wanted to plug Elle has a TTRPG called Twice Upon a Dream. It's super duper fun. We haven't played it yet with the group, but there was a stream where one of the voice actors did it, so I'll let Elle kind of plug that in.
Sure. Coming off that, Twice Upon a Dream is a Otome-inspired tabletop RPG that incorporates elements of reincarnation, and there are four, as of the moment, four love interests that you can talk to in different lifetimes. Currently, we have settings inspired by ancient China, modern Philippine University, dark academia, and futuristic cyberpunk. And yeah, I feel like that's something that you guys might like to check out sometime. Additionally, I also want to say thank you to everyone listening, everyone who supported our games. Feel free to chat with us, leave comments, suggestions of what you want to see. We love hearing your guys' thoughts. Give Lovers Lens and Warwick all the support as well. This has been a great podcast. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much.
You're incredibly sweet. Thank you for joining us and for bringing this cozy, chaotic chocolate theme game to life.
And everyone, go support Sweet Valentine Chocolatier, play it in browser, download it, and remember, falling in love is messy, especially when it includes chocolate.
And until next time, stay curious, stay romantic, and be careful how much chocolate you eat.